Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to JWE Friday Night Eclipse. We're here in Mexico City, where we could see something big at the end of the night, as Fiora finally challenges Sophie for the Eclipse Women's Cruiserweight Championship during the main event. Will the former double champion reclaim championship gold, or will the current champion retain and slow down her cold streak? Meanwhile, Ascension looks to make up for their last week's joke of a showing as they take on Harmonious. Shuichi and Saihara makes a rare single showing as he takes on Fox, and Poppi looks to start off the night with a solo win against Akane Owari. So get ready for a night that could flip everything upside down and inside out, because this is Eclipse. And here we go, starting off our night.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Oita, Japan, Akane Owari.
And introducing first, she is your former Universal Champion for less than a minute. She is the ultimate gymnast, Akane Owari. And her opponent,
Representing the crew from Neo Osaka, Poppi QT.
representing the Cyber Idols, Poppi QT. Poppi's still looking for another win this year. I know we've seen earlier this week that things can happen, so not impossible. Here we go, both women checking the ropes. And ref rings the bell. And they meet in the middle, Poppi immediately turning Akane around, rear waistlock applied. And Akane immediately slipping out to the back. Rear waistlock of her own. And Poppi now. Snap mirror into a headlock. Akane throwing her off, and now hammerlock. And Poppi throwing Akane over the shoulders. Just wrenching on the arm. Trying to deal as much damage early on as she can to try to make her try to make her life easier on her. And Akane punching her way out. Knife edge chop. Dragon screw. And looking for a 540, 180 splash, but Poppi rolling out of the way now, the ground and pound. Irish whip, but Poppi with the reversal, diving underneath, and a drop kick to the chest. And speaking of earlier this week, I nearly lost all of the footage. I nearly had a heart attack. As a Poppi completely whiffs on that drop kick and Akane whiffing on that double foot stomp. I nearly had a heart attack about 10 minutes ago, as of right now, because my external hard drive just decided to stop responding. And Windows was like, "Oh yeah, no, we can't read this USB connection. Something might have gotten corrupted." Thankfully, it didn't. Thankfully, all of the footage at least should be fine. But yeah, thank you, Windows. Very cool. Anyway, Poppi with a knee going for the cover. Only gonna be one. Now, if this was like if this was last week where I had an entire PLE and everything, then I guess I probably would have just ended it all right there. But no. Poppi with a standing 5-4 or standing corkscrew shooting star press into a moonsault into a cover. There's two. Akane kicks out. Yeah, thankfully everything is looking fine. I did a test recording. I shouldn't have any issues. There's two, and speaking of having issues, Akane having issues kicking out there, and by that I mean she couldn't. That's gonna be, well, another really big upset this week. And Poppi making it quick. Like, in and out in 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes.
Here is your winner, Poppi QT.
I don't know if Akane just got ahead of herself or what, but Poppi. Did Tora finally understand how to initiate Poppi swap, and you actually got something going? I don't know. And for our first tag team matchup of the evening, introducing first, from the underground, it is Sans and Papyrus, the Skelebros. And their opponents. It is Kokichi Oma and Rantaro Amami. D.I.C.E. And these two teams are already having a lot of history. Will another chapter be written? Here we go, Papyrus Kokichi first in the ring, ref rings bell, and they meet in the middle. With Papyrus immediately sending Kokichi down with a neck snap. Kokichi back up to his feet, avoiding a grapple, but not for long, being sent into the corner. And shoulders to the stomach. Papyrus forcing Kokichi up to his feet. Slap to the chest. And an arm breaker. Uppercut. And Kokichi heading to the corner, tagging in Rantaro. And Rantaro knife edge chops. Picking up Papyrus, sending him down. And now heading up top. Lining up. Crossbody. Ground and pound. And the cover. Only going to be one. Papyrus to the outside, heading back in. Rantaro just watching on. Papyrus, nice parry. And a toss to the corner. Tagging in Sans. And a tag team attack. Sans now the left hands. And looking for another stomp, but Rantaro getting out of the way. Sans, wheelbarrow facebuster. And Rantaro nearly avoiding, or nearly escaping, or barely escaping? Kokichi takes in. And elbows out. And now tossing Sans over the top rope. And heading back in again, Kokichi just watching on as a member of the Skelebros just makes her way back into the ring. Sans tags out, Kokichi, Kokichi completely whiffing on that clothesline as Papyrus sends him over the top rope. And now it's Papyrus' turn to just watch on. And Sans... Okay, Kokichi's already heading into the ring. Sans, you didn't have to do that, but I guess you're giving her brother at least a little bit of opportunity to get some offense in. So, I mean, it works. It absolutely is working. There's a scoop slam. And an elbow. And a moonsault. Heading to the corner, tagging in Sans. Cover now. Still only going to be one. Irish whip to the corner, tagging in Rantaro. Neck breaker, kick to the spine. And a neck breaker. Or a rolling neck snap? Yeah, that's probably it. Rantaro just working on the arm. Trying to pick Sans up, but Sans having enough, sweeping the leg. And now forcing Rantaro up to his feet. Knife edge chop, kick to the thigh. Hurricane Rana. Tilt whirl Hurricane Rana. And tagging in Papyrus. Cover. And Kokichi flying in to break it up. Papyrus completely whiffing on that elbow, allowing Rantaro back up to his feet. Toss to the corner. Are we looking for another tag team attack? We were looking for one, but Papyrus with a reversal. Breaking the fingies. And a single shoulder suplex, tagging in Sans. Sans elbow drop, Rantaro rolling out of the way. Sans pushing him away, and a stomp to the chest. Sans cranking the neck. Sans rolling through, sending Rantaro down. Now Rantaro to the outside, Sans to the outside, joining him, and continuing to work the offense. Tilt Whirl DDT. Chokeslam nearly into the barricade. Referee already at 5, make that 6. Rantaro back into the ring. Sans. Little bit of miscommunication, but into the ring. No worries. Middle rope, but stepping down. Backpack tilt whirl armbar. Looking for the submission, pulling back and forcing. Forcing Rantaro to tap out. It's rare that we see a submission finish nowadays. Even rarer to see one in tag teams. Do you know what cool is? That finish. Sans catching fire at the very end. And at that point, he was just unstoppable. Pulling back on the arm, giving Rantaro no chance. He could have potentially tried to get a rope break there. But when you're trying to pay attention to not having your arm completely ripped out of its socket, yeah, grabbing onto the rope might not be the first thing that comes to your mind. Rantaro might have been able to save it, but Sans forcing the tap out and getting a win over their biggest rivals. And for our second tag team matchup of the evening, introducing first, looking to make up for last week's... What word do I even use to describe it? Disappointment? I don't even know. Disappointment's not even a strong enough word for what happened last week. If you missed it, go back and watch it. It was absolutely something. But yeah, looking to make up for last week's whatever. Can they at least get some offense going this week? I hope so. I sure hope so. That's all I can do. And their opponents. It is Sayaka Maizono, the ultimate pop star idol, and Kyoko Kirigiri, the ultimate detective. Harmonious truth. And here we go, Melia, Kyoko first in the ring, ref rings the bell. And Melia elbowing out, looking for an open palm slap, but Kyoko just barely out of range. And there's an arm breaker. Into another arm breaker. Kyoko working the body. And now a bridging armbar. Really work on that joint. Melia immediately gonna fight out. But Kyoko, she has one target in mind and she is gunning for it. That being the arms. It's not a horrible strategy. Melia. Rare to see her so aggressive, but well, when you nearly have your entire arm just disabled 30 seconds into a match, yeah, you kind of have to do something to get your team back into the match, and Melia trying to do exactly that, taking in Nia. Kyoko crawling to the corner, tagging in Sayaka. And now Sayaka immediately rolling up Nia. Nia kicking out. And having two people who are not afraid to put their entire bodies on the line for some bit of offense. I'm expecting some high flying offense between the two of these. Between the two of them, as Nia with my least favorite move of all time, the spinning arm breaker. And a double foot stomp. But looking for the kick, Nia catching that into a dragon screw. Irish whip to the corner. Are we already looking for a chain attack? Yes, we were, but Sayaka seeing that coming, elbowing out. Enziguri missing the first time, connects the second time, and Nia tags out Melia back in, having a little bit of time to recover. Nice little bit of defense from both of them, but Melia eventually getting the offense. There's an Irish whip. And a back body drop. Nia, would you want to join us on the apron? I guess not. Double axe handle drop from Melia. And Melia catching the kick. Kick of her own. And a DDT. And now Melia going for the cover. Kyoko breaks it up. And now Melia with an armbar. Are we going to have two tap outs in tag team matches? Almost, but not quite. Sayaka punching her way out. Working the leg. Dragon screw. And Sayaka doing the smart thing. Tagging in Kyoko. Melia running towards Kyoko with a running big boot. And now tagging in Nia, who... welcome back to the apron. Immediately gets sent down with a backpack suplex. Kyoko. Grabbing the wrists, the fire stomps. And now a wrist clutch of her own. Nia immediately escaping. Like, seriously, how is it that 2K has, or that Visual Concepts, they just have the innate ability to take code already designed and just break it? How? How can you not touch something and somehow break it? It's incredible. Like, every year, it's just one small thing that's just completely broken. And it's an easy fix if you actually, put in effort, but no. Drop kick to the back, and now Nia going for the cover. Though I do have to say, I've been complaining a lot less about the games this year than I have the past previous years. And now Nia tags it out and Melia back in. And Melia, big boot sending Kyoko over the top rope. Picking her up, slamming her down. And a toss back into the ring. Melia heading up top. While her wings are just vestigial, she can certainly fly, and there's a diving axe handle drop. And now a knee to the back of the head. And I do have to say, Ascension are absolutely making up for last week's disappointment with this week. So it could have just been a one-off, nothing to be overly worried about. And Melia looking for an armbar, forcing Sayaka into the ring. And now Melia with a DDT against Sayaka. Tagging in Nia. And now Nia looking for the Gormati special. The 6, 1, 9. But no, Kyoko catching it. And now Kyoko on the offense. Just throwing Nia down, looking for a wrist clutch, but Nia escaping. Something lit a trash fighter underneath Kyoko's bum. And name probably isn't Makoto Naegi. And now Nia heading up top. Front flip, drop kick into the cover. Sayaka unable to break it up. And that means that Nia's gonna get the 3 count. Melia, Nia, I think I can officially forgive you now. Kyoko nearly saving that match by catching the 619. I actually might see it next. Almost. Soon. No. I guess we're not getting the 619. Yeah, Kyoko nearly saving the match with that reversal, but unfortunately for the Harmonious Truth, the Queens will ascend. And yes, I do come up with those one-liners off the top of my head. How could you tell? And next. Introducing first, he is still your men's Cruiserweight champion, representing the Phantom Thieves of Heart. It is the Phantom Fox. It's Yusuke Kitagawa.
Weighing in at 144 pounds, the men's hybrid Cruiserweight champion, the Phantom Fox.
The question really does seem to be who will be the one. No, Nate. Who won't be the one? Let me restart. The question really does seem to be who can even hold a candle to Fox this season. Noah's tried it, he failed. Jaden's tried it multiple times, he's failed. Teddy? Maybe? Tyon? Absolutely not. He has, what, 2 wins on the year? Not even 1 win on the year? Who's it gonna be? Well, maybe we'll have to look to the tag teams for that answer, because even though this isn't a even though this is a non-title match,
From Nagata, Japan, weighing in at 128 pounds, Sharon Ebara.
making his way to the ring, it is the Ultimate Detective, Shuichi Saihara. Here we go, Fox, Shuichi. Staring each other down, and here we go. Former allies. If you remember back to 2024 at War Games, these two were on the same team as they faced off against the Skeleton Legion, and now squaring off against each other rather. In a singles match as Fox sending Shuichi into a headlock, holding tightly onto the neck. And Shuichi sending him for an Irish whip, diving underneath, jumping over the top, and a drop kick to the leg. And now locking up collar and elbow again. Fox walking Shuichi back. Referee again separating them. Locking up yet again. And now rear waistlock applied. Fox now sending Shuichi into a seated headlock. And I'm just going to say this now, I'm not necessarily done with the Skeleton Legion. Yes, I know that they haven't been seen for a while outside of, like, last year at a... Was it, War Games? When they made a cameo appearance, but, not quite done with them. absolutely have plans. Potential plans. I have an idea of a plan. And now Shuichi middle rope. Diving accidental drop. Turning Fox around. And a stomp to the upper arm. Snap elbow. Fox unable to get out of the way. Now Shuichi. Just completely unstoppable at the moment. Middle rope, top rope, looking for the DDT or RKO or whatever. Fox rolling out of the way. Leg sweep. And a phantom leg drop. Going for the cover. There's two. Shuichi kicks out. And now Fox on the offense. Shuichi rolling to the apron, rolling to the ropes to the apron. And spearing him off. Or Fox spearing him off. And forgive me if I'm wrong, but the knee strike that Fox does, that's called a Kinshasa, right? Again, there are just so many names. I'm legitimately trying to learn. My brain is just... I have a horrible memory, so, apologies. Fox with an Irish whip. Kinshasa. There's 1, 2, 3. Shuichi putting up a valiant effort, but Fox is just... He is built different this year, I have to say. Compared him to, his 2024 and 2025 forms, this year, he is completely on a different level. I don't think he's had a major slowdown once. He's just unstoppable. I don't know if something finally clicked or what, but Yusuke, my man, you might want to chill out a little bit. And now for our penultimate matchup of the evening. Introducing first, representing Ouroboros,
Is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the Union from Stillwater, weighing in at 173 pounds, Lanz!
it is Lanz.
And his opponent from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 194 pounds, the Dragon, Kiryu.
And his opponent is your former men's Universal Champion before getting absolutely bodied in the ambulance match by Majima. He is the fourth chairman, the Dragon of Dojima, Kazuma Kiryu. Importantly, not Goro Majima. How did I confuse the two of them a couple of weeks ago? How did I do that? My brain is an enigma. Here we go, Lanz, Kiryu. Both ready? And here we go. Ref rings the bell. And immediately locking each other up, collar and elbow. Lanz walking Kiryu back to the eastern ropes. Referee having to separate them and does clean. Lanz with a knife edge chop and again locking up Kiryu. And now trying to walk Kiryu from one side of the ring to the other. Kiryu elbowing out. Irish whip over the top rope. Lands back up to his feet, catching Kiryu with that clothesline. And looking to send Kiryu back into the ring. Kiryu looking to send him into the steel steps. Neither going. And now clubbing strike to the chest. Referee at 5. And please don't tell me that we're going to have a count out. Actually, when was the last time we had a count out? It's been a while. And Kiryu managing to walk Lanz back into the ring. Count of 7. But 7 is less than 10. I don't know, I know that, yeah, whatever. But yes, it is a fact that 7 is less than 10, so that was not a count out. Anyway, what am I saying? I have no idea. I was going for a joke. I completely forgot how to set it up. And now, I mean, yeah, that's just my life, man. Lanz working the arm around the top rope, stomp to the chest. And Kiryu kicking out. Also, I know that this has kind of become my unofficial talk about my experiences with Xenoblade 3. I'm not going to say... gonna try to make this as spoiler-free as possible, but I love long-hair cat girl. Yes, short-hair cat girl is amazing, but long-hair cat girl is just so cute. Which one am I talking about? You'll never know. Nail. I'm talking about Nail. Nael? How do you pronounce her name? Is it Nael? I don't know. Anyway, Kiryu. Oh, but Nael has short hair. Yes, exactly. Kiryu with a Yokozuna cutter. And forcing Lanz back up to his feet. And if you have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, you're not alone, because I have no idea what I'm talking about either. Even though I do, I don't. Kiryu elbowing out. 8HD is a fun, it's a fun roller coaster to ride constantly, man. Especially being unmedicated. Kiryu forcing Lanz back up to his feet, back into the ring. And in the 2 times that we've headed out to the outside, a collective 9 count, which, honestly, props. Lanz sending Kiryu for an Irish whip, completely whiffing, and somehow connecting on that uppercut. Trying again. Power slam, cover. There's 1, 2. Kiryu kicks out. And now Lanz lining up the RKO, but Kiryu saying, how about RK? No. Pushing that aside. And senton, but nobody's home. And now it's Kiryu's turn to completely whiff on an Irish whip. And Lanz turning that around with a clothesline. Kiryu rolling out of the way. Cradle slam. Cover. Absolutely no hope of a rope break here. So Lanz forcing the kick out. And now Kiryu senton and again just completely whiffing. Leg breaker, and now the Dragon and Dojima flying with a knee. Here's the cover, there's 1, there's 2, and Lanz still gets the shoulder up. Now crawling to the corner, Kiryu just staring him down. Arm around the top rope. Corner alley-oop powerbomb. And forcing Lanz over the shoulder, and another Yokozuna cutter. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3.
Here is your winner, the Dragon, Kiryu.
I was not expecting the replays to be that long, but Kiryu, 1 step closer to revenge, but he also has 47 to contend with, so yeah, the road back to championship gold is not going to be an easy one. But Kiryu, has he ever walked the easy road before? I don't think he has. I legitimately don't think he has. And now for our main event of the evening.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's Hybrid Cruiserweight Championship.
And it's rare to have a championship match on a weekly show, but here we are. Introducing first, the challenger, It's been a long road back to here. And yeah, I knew she couldn't stay away from the allures of becoming a champion again. She's a competitor at heart, man. It's Fiora. Yeah, she can say all she wants that, you know, oh, I became double champion, like, that's all I wanted to do, and now I'm just here for the good times and the vibes. Like, you can say that all you want, Fiora, but I know at the end of the day, you're here for victory. Nothing wrong with that. We all are. And this is just proof of that. And her opponent. She is your women's Cruiserweight champion, but for how much longer? The belt is absolutely imperiled tonight. She is humanity's so-called companion, Sophie. Or should I say the self-proclaimed companion of humanity. Yeah. The self-proclaimed companion of humanity, Sophie. But man, what a downward spiral she's been on ever since MAYDAY. Yeah, MAYDAY is right, because she is going down, and she might crash and burn tonight.
Introducing the challenger from Babylon, and her opponent from the internet, the women's hybrid cruiserweight champion, Sophie.
And Sophie handing the belt to the referee, hoping to get it back at the end of the night. And Fiora hoping to take it from her. And here we go. Fiora, Sophie, both locked in and ready. And ref rings the bell in the middle. And Fiora immediately turning Sophie around, rear waistlock applied. And is it really that much of coincidence that Sophie's downfall is directly correlated, or not correlated, but started pretty much, you know, the week that everyone in the fan base was like, I know I don't have a webcam, but I just did a thumbs down. But yeah, I think if you were there, yeah, you probably know the discourse that happened. Is that a coincidence? Yes, absolutely. Is Sophie looking to stop the bleeding, as it were? The win over Fiora. And Fiora rolling out of the way of that stomp. And there's a bulldog into an arm breaker. Also, this match is to determine whether or not this episode will be longer than an hour. Because right now, internal recording, I'm 56 minutes in. Usually at this point, I would be at like an hour 5. Fiora, what a range on that dropkick. There's one, Sophie kicks out. Kick to lower back, kick to the, or stomp to the arm. And Fiora heading up top, staring down Sophie, crossbody. Now, are we ahead of schedule because in the recording, because I only had one failed intro instead of like 5? Maybe. But no, the matches tonight have been really oddly short. And Sophie with a leg DDT. Usually I have like 2 or 3 failed intros. Honestly, could probably make like a compilation of all the times I just completely whiffed on an intro. Anyway, Fiora walking Sophie to the northwest. The referee almost getting in the way, but thankfully for Fiora, did not. And now Sophie up top, kicking herself down. Irish whip over the top rope. No special rules here, so there is absolutely a chance of a countout or disqualification. Sophie heading up top, completely eating rubber or whatever those are made of. Completely whiffing on that top rope crossbody, and now Fiora, full advantage. Sending Sophie into the corner. You have to be a little bit careful. This is a championship match, and Sophie does have the advantage where if she were to lose via countout, the belt will not change hands. Fiora needs to be cognizant of that. And back into the ring we go. Knee to the kidneys, although does Sophie even have kidneys? I'm not entirely sure. Senton. And the cover. There's 1, 2. Sophie kicks out. And looking for the clothesline, but Sophie ducking underneath. Irish whip, diving underneath. Jumping over. And an enziguri. Stomp to the ankle. Fiora back up to her feet, but immediately sent down with a drop kick. Sophie dragging her away. Walking the tightrope. And again, Fiora just getting caught with a drop kick. Sophie getting hot at the right moment. And avoiding the stomp. Fiora with a clothesline. And again. Catching the kick. Sweeping the leg. Middle rope. Fiora. Arm drag. And a double knee backstabber. Into the cover. There's 1, 2. Sophie kicks out. And now Fiora along the outside. Moonsault off the top rope. Cover 1, 2, and the belt will change hands. And Sophie's downfall. Okay, not downfall, but a fall from grace. From double champion to nothing in 3 months? 2 months, whatever it's been. Absolutely making Fiora work for it. I mean, that's kind of the kind of what you would expect from a champion, not to be completely walked over. But I have to say, like, when it comes to like momentum and stuff, Fiora on a completely hot streak. Sophie the complete opposite. Ice cold, although, you know, that's kind of an insult to ice. Yeah. I was expecting this to be a little bit more certain, but at the end of the day, or in the end of the day, at the end of the day, the outcome is the same.
Here is your winner, and new Women's Hybrid Cruiserweight Champion, Harmonious.
And with that, I'd like to thank you all for joining us here tonight, and hope to see you next week as we continue to get ready for our Royal Rumble in come September. But before that, we have our August PLE Saturday Night Main Event as we continue to prepare ourselves for the road to Ultimate Fight Night. But until then, we are signing out from Mexico City. See ya.